That is the sexual assault and battery coexisting with stalking by the Ontario Police Department. That's their co-defendant that they engage in criminal summoning with. They're demons under the fake moon, which is over me. The previous video, you see it over the tree. This is the entity that's engaging in stalking together, and the entity is stalking by the Ontario Police Department, who are sending helicopter activity. Okay, they're doing so while they are monitoring with the people of the state, who are roaches, maintaining ongoing perpetual presence around me, stalking, and they're doing so 24 hours a day. They're doing so while they like to use helicopter activity as a means of what is stalking that one person that they've also engaged in what is conspiring murder, and doing so while they're stalking the one person whom they've conspired to murder by way of what is also targeting with that police department. I want to document the entity is sounding helicopter activity. It is the Ontario Police Department who are demon possessed. Prosecution of this agency is exposing them as the Satanists they are. They're actually demon-possessed people who are unfit mentally, and I've also shown how they are unfit for the profession that they are in while they're engaged in criminal activity, proven through the pattern of conduct, and also they are unfit while they're sharing in and incentivizing, facilitating, enabling criminal conduct with a population. These are demons literally that go into law enforcement, that field, in order to get away with and engage in criminal conduct. That's what is making up the entire Ontario Police Department. They are criminals. All right, they're engaged in the pattern of conduct with sex offenders, which they are. They're engaged in the pattern of conduct with stalkers, which they are. All right, the entities engaged in that P.O.C, that's sexual assault and battery by the Ontario Police Department. This is ongoing federal stalking and furtherance of murder by the Ontario Police Department. The entities engaging in what is that pattern of conduct, which is relevant to who are enemies of this country. It does not change regarding the truth of what a gang stalker is. They are not only demons, they are enemies of this country, enemies of the law. They're enemies of law and order. They are enemies of what this country stands for. And this un-American criminal conduct by a police department is establishing what is precedent for disbanding, what is precedent for what is also federal prison for so-called gang stalking police officers, which is an un-American oxymoron, which is going to be met with federal prison. Okay, this is P.O.C. The entity is engaging with is amplifying helicopter activity while a demon is stalking with engineer light. You already know what they're doing, and the Ontario police are doing so while the entity keeps a fake moon over me, which is the evidence of targeting me. And the entity is doing so while they are sounding helicopter activity. These are demons engaging in what is a ritual while they're stalking. So let's get the ongoing evidence confirming that Craig Hazelwood's going to federal prison. Flying over the top of my head, which they've done hundreds of times as I've been documenting it over the years. This is the entity that is mentally ill, and they're also corrupt. They're offenders, and they've been keeping my vagina under surveillance, which is an illegitimate interest by a government that's engaging in what is criminal surveillance and not law enforcement. And the entity, including Craig Hazelwood and Owens, are going to federal prison. What I documented at this bus stop at 12:19 in the morning is the evidence of what is criminal activity, stalking in fact, and also what is to be studied by the rest of you around the world is how criminal monitoring is underway by demons who try to masquerade as normal human beings like myself, who want to try to fit in, but they're not human beings, they're demon possessed. They are filled with, their vessels are filled with the spirit of Satan. And they put on uniforms and they want to be mistaken for what are law-abiding citizens, even with authority under the law, which they don't have, while they are engaging in federal stalking, which is criminal monitoring, demonic activity, demon-possessed gang stalkers who provide evidence that are putting them in prison. And this is going to be played in a courtroom in order to put every gang member of the Ontario police that I documented, put them in prison. This is P.O.C. It is currently 11:53 p.m.